The BBC is here, so I'm not sure. We're going to go and ask them what they'd like to talk about. Thank you, bye-bye.
Oh, hey there.
Yeah.
How you doing, salmon man?
I know.
Look at that.
It's all about the salmon, man. You know, after redressing everything and putting all those different plasters on it, it all fell off.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I think less is more. Yeah. And I'm feeling, the good news is I don't have any pain.
You didn't even take your painkillers either.
Sorry?
You didn't even take your painkillers either, did you?
No, I did. I took some paracetamol.
Oh, right.
I got a nosebleed as well from it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, for some reason I feel a lot of pressure in my head.
That sounds right.
But yeah, otherwise I feel good. So I'm excited to come to the office and do a little bit of work. I'm going to call Francesca and see.
This is one.
I'm going to give her a call and see.
Yeah, she seemed keen. It was like 10 minutes ago she commented, so.
And she just sent me another email, so I'll give her a call and see maybe she can help. I think she's got some very relevant experience.
She also, she's YouTube channel, and she's good at editing.
Yeah.
And she's also wants to do social, so.
She may be exactly what we need.
Gonna be semi-disappointed because everyone's actually gone out to get lunch apart from Nick.
Oh really? Sorry?
Hello, you alright?
How are you?
Mate, how are you?
I'm okay. I'm feeling a bit loopy. I'm on lots of painkillers, but if you remember, the first time we met, I was attached to a chemo pump in the hospital.
Yeah.
Hello.
Right.
Well.
Okay.
And since then, we met once again
In the new business.
in the Rainmaker new business meeting, which was cool. Have another one on Friday. How are you getting on?
Good, mate. Yeah. Working on this like Paris thing at the minute. So
Yeah.
Paris campaign mainly on that.
I think I'll come along for that.
Yeah. As I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, I won't like get involved, but if I can get out of London for a couple of days and
Nice. Yeah.
because
Give it a
originally,
sightseeing. Really nice.
yeah, and just kind of you know, be there and chill out at the hotel and stuff. I don't need a pass. Like Huawei and Honor, they were kind of some of the first accounts I worked with.
Yeah.
I worked on, so you know, if there's some nuggets of insight I can
Absolutely. Yeah.
I can give the team, but I think it's all about getting you stuck in. Hello.
Alright.
Bad.
Where have you been?
Out for lunch.
Cool, man.
You first today, were you?
Yeah.
Right.
I feel alright. The BBC's coming.
Will it?
At 3.
Right.
Yeah.
What?
They're doing a documentary on.
I thought you were dressed a bit fancy. Yeah.
Do you like my salmon outfit?
Proper slacks. Yeah. I know.
What's the plan now?
I want to reshoot that Casey video, and I want to. Is Darren around? You know.
He is.
Yeah. Just popped out.
Okay, cool. Catch up with Darren. Then I think the guys are going to come back, and we can kind of go through the creds deck again.
Perfect.
And then the BBC's going to come and do a little bit on what I do when I don't talk about leukemia. Oh,
But just talk about leukemia.
Do you have the? No, they want to do like a whole like,
mic,
documentary
yeah,
behind the. Yeah, you messaged me about that like 500 times.
Yeah, have you got my mic? Yes.
Yeah.
Right then, let's do that.
Sounds good. So, in yesterday's vlog, we mentioned that we need some help distributing our content, and somebody reached out, so I'm going to give them a call because I think they have some very relevant experience. So I'm just having a quick look. I think this lady actually has her own YouTube channel, which is good, isn't it? It's a bonus.
It's a bonus. You ready to receive it?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to give her a ring?
I do, yeah. Maybe she can come down to the office tomorrow. Let's see. It's quite unconventional, isn't it? I heard, I read somewhere that people actually hate being called.
Oh, really?
Like emails and messages, but like when you call them, they're just like,
Hello?
Hello, is that Francesca?
It is, hello.
Hello. This is Tass from Socially Powerful.
Oh, hi.
Hello. How are you?
Not too bad, how are you?
I'm good. I I got your email, and yeah, you reached out and said, "Is there something that you could do to help?" And I had a look at your CV that you sent over, some of your experience, and I think the answer is yes. So I wanted to pick up the phone and see if you're around this week to maybe come down to our office for us to have a chat. Perfect. Cool. All right. I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow then.
Okay, brilliant. Have a good day.
You too. Thanks, Francesca. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Done. So I want to just chat through that, and then why don't we? So that's the version before kind of we sent it to Majid.
Okay.
And I think what we've tried to do basically is to reduce it to the bare minimum, to the bones, and what is going to make it pop, I think, is going to be the design of the slides, and those points that you guys mentioned, they need to be included. And I'm aware that even though it makes so much sense in my head, and I've been thinking it through with kind of Majid for the last kind of few months, and I really truly believe we're at a point where we are unique and our story is slightly different, and we're covering it in the right way. Sending over that alone doesn't do it justice, because there's stuff missing. Because the knee-jerk, so the knee-jerk reaction is, well, how are you going to do that then? And so I have their attention, and because I have their attention, they're not paying attention to the punchline, which is that's why I've set it up that way. Although
I'm saying people kind of maybe look through it sequentially, and they won't be. You're not there. If you're delivering a different story, because then you can add your punch where you want to add your punch. But if you're giving it to someone cold, they're going to read it on their own.
Yeah.
They might not read the same punch that you're reading it. They just read that line and say, "We're different. Why are you different?"
Sure.
Let's not go too quickly into, we know the influencer space and we'll get you some influencers. Like, there is more we can do, but if influencers is what you want, we will.
So that's not coming out there in the profile. Like, there's no.
The whole methodology isn't included.
The methodology, but also, it's not just influencers. For example, if you said we were going to go and, like, the thing you did was a launch of a phone, and you had the whole stage, and I've seen it on your. Those kind of things aren't coming out. It's very much coming across as we're an influencer marketing agency, sort of full stop.
To me,
If you look at the case studies, we did this, we used these influencers. Like, it doesn't say we had this event and we've had a large toothbrush on the side of, it doesn't have, there's none of those.
We came up with the strategy and the activations, we did mention that. So it's not just influencer work for Huawei.
Does it say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And maybe we can be more clear on the fact that the integrated approach of the fact that an activation and an actual launch and people physically going to a place was part of our strategy to achieve the business goal and ramp up sales. You've got advocates, you've got ambassadors, I think you've always had celebrity endorsements. It depends, it's a case-by-case thing. You can't be like that formulaic and have a one-size-fits-all solution.
So that's
like great.
That's the slide.
Great.
There's no set formula in this space, and where we experts at, or what we're really good at, is
the combined skill sets and effort and diligent
and coming up with something that works
trench
for your business,
activity.
for your business objective. That is the slide.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be so much about methodology. It's a very complicated space. There's no one size fits all.
Okay,
it's not a formulated thing.
That cultural trends, attention, and what that all means, that is the slide. And I agree, the stuff that you've just mentioned needs to be fused into that. And so putting 3 words on a slide just isn't enough. It requires all of us to have the conversation, and at least the people in the room need to really get it. So in order to be interesting, I think we need to be interested. Like, it sounds corny, but if you walk into a meeting, I want you, because I know at the moment, like, you've just recently made an Instagram account and you're not like, it's a bit alien to you, right? But
Facebook's more useful for me because I've got 1,000 friends on there. I don't have got 5.
It doesn't matter where you start. It's your willingness, whether you're on Twitter, but you actually have to do the work in the trenches. Like, I genuinely think, it's not just us saying that we do. It's us genuinely
doing what we do.
Doing it, and then if you do a couple of clips a day. I want to know your journey in the next 3 months, from you joining to how you're getting on. I want you to tell that story of what's on your mind right now, and don't think too much about how you position it. It's just honestly your own journey. I think people would genuinely relate to that, and in the vlog they'll then be able to kind of go, what an interesting man. So whether you prepare for a meeting and have a backstory and know something interesting to share, and do it that way, or you produce a piece that you can share with more people, effort, knowledge building, and then result, or let's maximize it,
Sure.
Cool, man.
Sounds good. Cool. Boom.
That's Young Social Agency, giving the fist.
What we doing when we go? Who is it?
The BBC is here, so I'm not sure. We're going to go and ask them what they'd like to talk about. Essentially, for this documentary that they're doing on, they want to follow a couple of patients' lives, so that's why they're here. Let's see. Yeah. Hello.
Hello, hello.
How are you doing?
We're taking this moment to have some food.
Go for it.
Hello, hello.
How you doing? You okay?
How
bad.
are you?
Not bad, how are you?
Good. Yeah,
My
yeah.
new salmon outfit.
You alright, mate? How's it going? Not bad, how are you? Good, yeah, fine, thanks.
Once you've got what you got, I don't mind popping out and
Okay, cool.
like you
Why
would
don't we
ask
come
me
up?
some questions and yeah.
One look in your eyes and it all stops making sense. Your face is like a movie scene.
So yeah, we just finished a nice little interview segment for something super secret that I'm not going to talk about in too much detail. But how do you think it went?
Oh, it's, I think very well. I mean,
Like, feel free to tell the guys whatever you think is acceptable for them to know without going into too much detail, so I don't.
Oh, look, it's fine to say that we're making a documentary about phase 1 clinical trials for leukemia treatment. But beyond that, that's about as general as I can be.
Super top secret stuff.
Yeah.
Not so much top secret as confidential until it's broadcast.
It's for the BBC and
Right.
Watch
yeah.
the space.
Watch the space.
You're gonna be on TV.
If it doesn't work, are you going to make me some sort of like really nice rest in peace reel?
Right, well, I mean, I'd expect a pretty bombastic funeral or something.
Yeah, you'll definitely come to that and use some of that footage.
Neon lights.
Yeah, but yeah, no.
That's a bit morbid to be discussing now.
I have a morbid sense of humour, and like sometimes the more morbid your situation, you just have to laugh at it,
Yeah.
That's at least how I deal with it. Like I said about authentically putting yourself out there, not everything's going to resonate. Some people are going to be like, yeah, you really shouldn't be making jokes about that. And I'm like, I am me, and this is how I deal with it, and this is what I find funny, and my intention is never to offend anyone.
Yeah.
It's just to kind of, I do say some stuff that sometimes people are like, is that the right way of looking at, but I think everyone's perspective on that is unique.
Yeah.
And as long as you don't go out there trying to hurt other people, which I never try to do,
Yeah.
just kind of for myself.
Yeah, well, I mean, as a documentary filmmaker, you prefer people that aren't self-editing constantly, so
Yeah.
better to emote,
Yeah,
get it off your chest.
I don't. I maybe should do a little bit more. But yeah, check out this legend on Instagram. Isaac will put a little, whatever it is.
Oh, I don't have a professional Instagram account. You're going to find a lot of pictures of my 2-year-old son.
But the production company is called Minnow Film.
Minnow
So
Films.
check out some of the stuff that they've done. Really impressive work.
Yeah, absolutely. You should have a look. Yeah.
I will. Sounds good. So I'll be seeing these guys again at some point.
Hope so.
Thanks for the insightful questions.
Not at all. Thank you
It's
for
been a
the
pleasure.
thoughtful answers.
Thoughtful answer.
Yeah. Is that where we end the vlog, or
No, we've got tomorrow as well, don't worry.
sprint it tomorrow?
I'm just so afraid to love. I can't ever give
And again, good morning.
Good morning.
Twice in a row now.
How are you feeling?
I'm good, how are you?
I am good.
What's happening this morning? What's happening right now?
So I'm meeting Francesca, who I spoke with yesterday on the phone. I think she's here already. As one person leaves, another may join.
Let's go. Sorry.
Thanks.
After you.
How are you?
You too.
Would you like a coffee?
No, thank you. Maybe a little water would be.
Yeah? I'm gonna get...
Oh, you're right. Isaac.
You've probably seen him in the vlogs, right? I don't care so much about like FaceTime and being in the office and sitting there and coming at 9 and leaving at 5. Or I have no interest in that.
Right.
What I care about is genuinely connecting with individuals in this business that share our why are we doing what we're doing. And then if you get the role, and I'll kind of explain what it is that we're looking for, then you can basically do that from anywhere. And so I gather from just having gone through your stuff and like your CV and stuff that this may be the sort of thing that you're actually quite inclined to get stuck in with. Like I need somebody who wants to be there, who gets it, who's actually thinking about it like on a Saturday morning in the shower, actually thinking about like, here's an idea that we could do, who's passionate, you know? It's not, so it's not like, oh, it's 5:30 and I just want to go and do my own thing. Like that's fine. Like we've had a couple of people who, you know, said that, oh, this is exactly what I want to do and I love it and I want to get stuck in. But working with them, then it becomes apparent that actually they have their own dreams and aspirations and interests, and those are a little bit more kind of prevalent in the evenings and Saturdays, and there's a kind of disconnect between finding solutions and actually being passionate about being part of what we're trying to build and just treating it as a 9 to 5, you know? And so it just then doesn't work. There's no hard feelings. I don't want to force anyone to do something they don't want to do. That's why it's important to give people a shot, to be very transparent, to work together, and if it works, then you kind of take it further. But it has to work for, like, it's not a dictatorship. Everybody that's upstairs, you know, I sincerely hope they're there because they're getting something out of it.
Yeah, completely.
Themselves.
Yeah.
All right, well, I've quite enjoyed this. Sweet. Let's go upstairs and get Majid. Yes. I'll just get you to stick out. Are you sure you don't want anything? Coffee?
I'm good.
Okay. So he'll be down, and then after once you guys are done, I'll come back down and I'll take you upstairs, and then why don't we like work on that Casey video and get that shot. And as like he's got a lot of other stuff to do, but if we plan the script and get you installed and get you kind of maybe even meeting James on the boosting and stuff, so at least that way, like, you know, you're set to crack on.
Yeah.
Okay? I will see you shortly. Would you mind going downstairs and having a quick chat?
Did you already do it?
I did, yeah. I think, I've got a really good feeling. She's available as well this afternoon. I've explained everything about what we need. She said a lot of really good things.
We're socially powerful, an agency sitting on the cusp of culture, trends and attention. We turn data into insight. We use that insight to fuel our creativity and activate it across an influencer marketing network to deliver you great business performance. That's the agency to me. And then you can go beyond that and say, great, they're a great influencer marketing agency. You can start to expand that and say, beyond that great performance for influencer marketing is insight on the audience for your media teams, this for your other teams. It starts to bring influencer marketing into the marketing circle and the big table. But I think it just needs to be distilled down and said that we're socially powerful. We turn data into insights. The insights inform creativity, and we activate that across an amazing influencer network. We've done this with great results. Boom, 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 boom. There's no jargon.
So we give a kind of very prescriptive blueprint of exactly what we do, and we start the whole conversation by actually being quite narrow, and people will know us for the influencer.
We are socially powerful is quite broad. So that's you're just saying you're in human life, you're in conversations. You start with a little bit of insight. You've said it there in a very complex way. Harness it, deep platform agnostic insight. Right? Okay. You're saying we're socially powerful. We collect data and we turn that into insights. Insights about people, insights about life, insights about your brand, insights.
Quite like that.
Quite a big coffee mug, that.
This is a flat white.
It's tiny.
I'd probably put the entire thing in my mouth. But hey, it's supposed to be excellent. And although I've stopped drinking lots and lots and lots of coffee every once in a while, I think it's okay to have just a little bit. So
Good.
it's decent. It's alright. Yeah. I really wanted some caramel shortbread, but you let me down.
I did.
So this will have to do. I'm just planning this script and going through it because we're doing a response video again, and this time we're going to put a lot of planning and effort into it. So you get to see a little bit behind the scenes, and then check out the video when it's live. And hopefully all this effort. I mean, look at all of the scripting.
Pages and pages of scripts.
Hopefully it'll pay off, and our 2 cents are appreciated, and we get the conversation going. That's the plan. And that's probably the end of the vlog then.
That's it.
Yeah. It's been a productive 2 days. I've spent more time in the office than the hospital for a really long time. So
We've been in the hospital for 2 days.
we actually haven't. I am going tomorrow for blood tests at one of the places that may offer me the trial. But that's just in the morning, and then I'm coming back here. So yeah, good session earlier with the team on our creds deck as well. Slowly inching ourselves into the right direction. So onwards and upwards, peace and love. I'll catch you guys soon.